Hello everyone. Our project is about interpreting personality prediction. We are finding the personality of people from their Reddit post. The main idea here is simple. Instead of only asking whether a model can predict personality, I ask what evidence the model is actually using. This matters because the model can get good accuracy for the wrong reasons. Let's go to the problem and motivation. MBTI personality prediction from a text is a high ambiguity task. The core question we kept asking was what evidence is the model actually using and can we trust it? There are three key risks identified. First, the shortcut risk. Models can exploit MBTI type labels or community jargon that appear directly in the post. For example, if someone writes words like INTJ or talks about the personality forums, the model may use them as easy clues. Second, method disagreement, attention, gradients, perturbation often highlight completely different tokens, so one explanation isn't enough. And third, accuracy alone does not mean the model is trustworthy. Let's go to the research questions. First, do different explanation methods agree? Second, is the model relying more on a few keywords or on a broader text segments? Third, how much of the performance comes from the spurious topic or style cues? Now we go to the approach which is beyond accuracy. We have used the MBTI 500 dataset and fine-tuned BERT for 16 class MBTI prediction. Then we generated explanation using three methods. First, attention. How much the model attended to different tokens. Integrated gradients. How much each token contribute to the prediction. Perturbation. How much the prediction changed when one token was masked. We have looked at the evidence at two levels, word level and 20-word text segments. Finally, after we have also analyzed the results after removing important words, important segments, and spurious keywords to see how much the performance has dropped.
Now let's look at a real life example from our dataset. This is an INTJ user's post. As you can clearly see, the post talks about various different things. On the right, we can see that these are the top five important words the different methods find important to make this prediction. And it is also nice to notice that this was a correctly predicted personality with an 82% accuracy. Across the different methods, we can see that the words that the methods found important in this prediction are very varied. And that is why we are doing this experiment. What makes these important? Now let's look at our research questions and its results. For the first question, we looked at how the words correlated between different methods. As we clearly saw in the previous slide, there was mainly not that much correlation between the words that the different methods found important. While we look at rather the segments, it is interesting to see that the attention and the integrated gradients found the same segments almost as important as each other. It is nearly identical. Perturbation shows moderate agreement with the other two. On the right, we see the results of experiment 2, which directly answers research question 2 and research question 3. Removing the top 10 words drops the accuracy from 0.715 to 0.512, while removing the top 3 segments drops it to 0.604. And it is interesting to see that the highest drop came from removing spurious cues, which drops the accuracy to 0.7471. Crucially, the matched random baselines barely change anything. That means removing the words in the same number of words is not what causes these accuracy drops. It is rather what was dropped. Now let's look at our key findings. Through the research question 1, we found that the attention and integrated gradients agree strongly at a segment level, while all different methods kind of disagreed at a word level. And through research question 2, we find that BERT relies heavily on specific trigger words. And another interesting thing to notify that Robota showed its highest drop in accuracy through segments. So our experiment showed that these drops in accuracy also depends on what model we are using in such a scenario. Through research question 3, we found that removing shortcut words like the MBTI types or certain slang words caused the highest drop in accuracy, which means that every model depends on these slang words in accuracy. So our overall finding is that overall accuracy may not be the full picture. What the model relies on depends on the model and what those are. So that is interesting. So our models may not be entirely focusing on the personality types. It may be focusing on some words rather. Thank you. And this has been Anna and Rutaja.